9, and we describe that as childhood. And then you go through what we call a tipping point, a turning point, so you can see in the data that the way the brain is wiring itself sort of changes gear and starts to change in a new way. We think probably starting around puberty, around 9 years of age, and then that lasts all the way up till 32 is the next stage. And so we describe that as adolescence. Mm-hmm. And then you hit what we call adulthood, which then takes you all the way through till you're about 66 years of age, and then another subtle turning point into what we called early aging, and then another turning point into what we called older aging. So those are the 5 stages.
So early aging starts at 66, late aging, you said, starts around 83. To be honest, the headline that caught my attention was that adolescence lasts from age 9 to age 32. I mean, does that mean that we're emotionally immature until our early 30s? Or are you talking about how our brains process information?
What we're saying is that the way in which your brain starts to change when you're 9 or so continues running, continues rolling all the way through until you're 32. And it's only at that point that it changes gear again into a more stable-like pattern, which we call adulthood. So I'm not suggesting that, a 28-year-old's brain is like a 14-year-old's brain, like far from it, very, very different. But the point is that the mode of change, the way in which it's developing, is pretty continuous from 9 all the way through till 32. And yes, that is later, I think, than a lot of people think. But really, many of our definitions of adolescence have no real relevance to the biology of our brains. So, for instance, in the UK, you become an adult at 18. In other places, it's 21. There's nothing particular about those ages in our biology that delineates them as important. So really, ours is a kind of data-driven way of saying when is it that your brain reaches a stable, adult-like pattern of wiring. And the answer, on average, is about 32. To create what we call a small world network, which is kind of very efficient network configuration that you need as an adult. And that takes a long time, all the way up to 32.
Did your research differ